Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to make yourself the best Counter-Strike player possible. These are 3 adjustments that I've made in my own career to actively rank up and improve and win as many games as possible. These are things that every single player can do, and it's something that is inside every single one of you, and I want to see you get better. That is the purpose of this channel. I want to see you grow. I want to see you rank up and become the greatest in the world. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing that I started doing that really helped me rank up and get better was doing very aggressive plays on my CT side. Why is this so important, specifically on CT side, guys? Because if we can start the round by taking something, especially early on in the game, it is going to force the other team to sit there and go, oh, hey, they're actually, like running at us. They're actually taking the space. So I don't care what map you're playing on. I don't care if it's Inferno, Mirage, Anubis, blah, blah, whatever it is. If you can start the game by doing early setups and taking aggressive space, either with a T-Stairs smoke or a bottom B smoke, whatever, and running down and actually dumping util, taking the space, and then killing the T's, with all this util that we're using, and at least showing them, hey, you've got to respect us. It's so good because then the rest of the game, when they see that smoke come in, they have to sit there and go, dude, are they actually pushing or are they just using it as a fake? And it unlocks a lot of different things that we can do. Also, another thing that we can do with this concept is, screw the nades, right? If you're a low level player and you need something simple, is doing early aggression. I love for my actual team, I compete for Team USA. I'm going to be in Saudi Arabia by the time you are watching this video competing. We'll do an early aggressive setup, right? So we'll do an early haul setup. I might be opping on this angle right here, and my teammate is holding this angle with a rifle, right? Or whatever side they want to play. But the point is, we are up here in halls, and I'll get this op pick, right? Like 9 out of 10 times if they come in here, I'm killing them because they're just walking into the angle. Maybe they'll pre-fire me or get awkward, but now I killed them in this angle. So for the rest of the half, they sit there and go, okay, this guy might be opping in halls again. I've got to be careful, and I can't just walk in now. It's how you psychologically win. If you start the game just sitting back, honestly, guys, like, you'll win some games, but you're not allowing yourself to play that game and play the battle. And you might be like, dude, how are these guys so good? Because when we play aggressive early, it also forces them to use util, right? So now they actually have to like burn their mollies. They have to flash off all these different angles. They might nade into boiler. They might do all these things because they're scared that you might be there. Same thing here. They might use a nade to blow open the smoke. They might flash over, and all of a sudden we're winning the util battle, the information battle, and everything. It's so valuable. It's so good. And if you guys want to learn how to get the most valuable skins for the cheapest price, I have to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, KOJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, thanks for listening to all of that. The next thing that really made me better, and this is going to be specifically for oppers, but honestly, guys, this is a rifling tip, and I'll get into the rifle tip after I share how to do it with the op, is just staying active, right? So I found a lot of success, even playing against European teams, really good competition out there, high-level players, right? Top 100 teams, and you have to, in order to beat them, is staying active by we shoot, and then we disappear. Where are we going next? Are we actually going to stay here, right, and play standard? Are we going to disappear and run around the lane side? Are we going to take a shot arch and then fall back to B? If we can disappear and play very dynamic and active around the map, we will succeed. Now, I already know a lot of you are commenting, but Kojo, I solo queue and I can't just run around because my teammates will get mad. That is great. That's fine. What you can really do then is mix in some early opening picks, right? So one play I'll make an Inferno is on my mid. If they didn't flash, if they're playing a little respectful, I'll sit here and post on the early all mid peak, boom, get a shot, run around, and then, I might actually just play fully passive now because then they're taking mid space and they're like, huh, the opera's not arch. Maybe he did rotate around somewhere. And, I might just be playing super passive and sitting back here on this off angle now. Boom, get a kill. But what's really cool is, like, if you have a rifle too, you can actually do this in the micro, fights that you're taking. It doesn't even have to be a big macro rotation thing. The best players in the world, what they'll do is they'll hold an angle early, right? So they'll be posted here, or, you know, doing whatever, they'll get one kill. They'll actually drop a smoke down. And what are they doing? They're not re-peeking the same angle they just got a kill from. They're coming around here and now fighting this angle. And now once they get that kill, they're in here. And then they're hiding in the smoke, flashing or waiting for a teammate. And the same thing even with micro fights, guys. The reason you're dying a lot in these like 1v1 duels or whatever is because, like, say you're holding Moto in a 1v1 or something. You're shooting this guy, he's shooting you. Really good players, they're winning these fights because they're not popping right back up for the spot that they shot like this, right? They're taking that fight, they're crouching, and then popping up over here, and then popping up over here, waiting a second, popping up like this. And from the other person's POV, they're literally like, oh, dude, what the heck? Like, where's this guy gonna peek? And it leaves them guessing. You have to leave the other players guessing, or you're never going to actually succeed, guys. Too many of you guys are losing these fights because what are you doing? You're peeking on the same exact timing when you're like, Kojo, I'm being active. You know, I'm moving back and forth. I'm doing this. But then from their perspective, they're just like, oh, guys, like he's just, you know, freaking peeking the same angle. He's just like swinging the same exact line every single time. I see this across so many different maps. People make this mistake, and it is really bad. Be active, be dynamic in the macro and in the micro. Every player is capable of it. Just have those fallback plans if you're an opper. Have those ideas as a rifler, guys. It's something as simple as like, yo, dude, I'm a halls player, right? So we're holding, you know, maybe we just cleared halls and we don't see anything there. Oh, they're running up lane. We get a kill here and we drop down into pit, and now instantly we're out here like this, right? So we just got a kill up here. They're saying balcony, and then they're running up lane and we're already in mini, right? And especially in matchmaking games, especially in pugs, they're going to be looking up here like this, or they might think that you dropped. They might have heard you, but now it's like that unknown of like, dude, did I actually hear that? Is he here? And it's so much better than literally just going like this. Oh, I got one and they killed me. You know, this is why you can't multi-frag, and this is why we need to actually understand this part of the game. Now, finally, guys, the thing that really made me a better rifler specifically, because you don't want to do this with the op, is having the ability to jiggle with util. This is something that is very niche, and a lot of you matchmaking players might not understand this, and this is a high-level concept, is understanding that I don't want to just dump util all the time. We talked about early util and taking space with that, and that is great. That's awesome. But guys, sometimes we have to play passive, right? What are we going to do if we're playing a T side that is just literally throwing... Okay, well, hopefully they're not... I mean, I hope they're throwing that molly. What if they're mollying car, double nading car, throwing 5 flashes, doing all this stuff? Then we don't want to fight because they just used like so much util, right? We're winning the util battle if we just play back. So one thing that really helped me was being able to get info with like jiggles like this. And again, I'm not the greatest at it because I'm an opper and I don't have to do as much. But even as bad as I am, as soon as I see him on a jiggle, right? As soon as I see contact, he starts shooting, whatever it is, I can then drop the smoke instead of just instantly smoking, right? Because what a lot of new players will do is instead of doing that where they're playing for info, they're going to get scared off and they're just going to smoke it way too early, right? So actually using utility as a reaction instead of just dumping your utility is huge. Guys, when you're playing Anubis B site, don't just throw your smoke B main as soon as the round starts. The best Anubis B players will sit there with a smoke out, and the worst case, guys, if they get ran down, right? Like, you know, say you're doing this and like, you know, all of a sudden you get ran down, at least you can dump a smoke, even if it's not great, sit here and just try to hold the run through. Even if it's messy, even if it's a horrible smoke like this, at least they have to run through now and you have angles that you can fight and it's your utility. It's still uncomfortable for them, right? And some of the best players will actually do this with a molly. I've seen some really annoying things. I've seen players play like, you know, right here actually. And I don't do this because I'm not a rifler, but you could hold a pixel angle like this and wait for someone to cross your screen, and I'm just looking at that angle the whole time, right? And you'll have a CT molly here, and you could just do something like, boom, you saw him and you molly and then you dip, right? It's so dumb. Okay, and this one didn't work, but it's just the concept of, all right, I'm waiting for something and then I'm gonna molly, right? I've seen players do it here in Arch, right? They'll have a CT incendiary where it doesn't make noise, and they'll sit here. Oh, they ran an Arch. I'm coming out now, right? Like I'm right here. And now we have that info. Now we used our utility as a reaction. It doesn't matter where you're playing. As long as you can get back to safety, it's a huge, really cool thing to do. You could even do it in pit, I guess. If you have a halls player that's all the way up through here and time's running out, say there's like 30 seconds left on the clock, you could just sit here with a smoke and maybe you right click it actually. Just hold it. Boom, they're coming up lane. Now we have a smoke down. You can sit here if we get blinded, right? Like they throw a flash over. We can then dip into the smoke. We can play inside of it and just stay alive, right? Too many of us are just wasting our util and it's getting us killed. So There is some pretty bad examples, but I hope you guys catch what I'm saying. Jiggling with util is such a high level thing, and not enough players do it. I don't do it enough, and honestly, it's something I need to improve on when I'm not opping. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, I'm going to be over in Saudi Arabia when you're watching this video, living the dream, competing for Team USA. So I love your support. I'm going to be back grinding full time and uploading on 2 different channels when I get back, guys. So look forward to that. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.